All right, Kylie, thank you. Well, it is a problem facing many Indiana communities, and that's what to do with those big, old, vacant box stores like Marsh. Some of the buildings have been transformed into indoor recreation spaces and some storage facilities, but not in Shelby County. Desks and crayons have replaced grocery aisles.
This old building was a Marsh superstore, and then the strip mall was a movie theater, a pizza shop, and a bank. And so we've taken the building and transformed it into a preschool center, and then the strip mall has become our administration offices.
Joining us now to talk about how this move really reaches beyond the classroom, pleased to be joined by Superintendent of Shelbyville Central Schools, Mary Harper, and Schmidt Associate CEO, Sarah Hempstead. Welcome, ladies, to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Mary, I want to start with you. Okay. It's not every day, I think I saw a quote in there, not every day that you transform an old Marsh store into a pre-K operation. How did this all come about?
Well, we started planning about 8 years ago, and we originally were going to build a building on existing land, and that just didn't come to pass. And so our former superintendent, Dr. David Adams, would just drive around town and look for existing spaces and existing buildings. And when Marsh became available, it was a little bit out of our price range, upwards of $7 million. And so with just planning and patience, the price came down in December of 2017, and the board was able to purchase it for $1 million.
Wow. As you look at what that has enabled you to do, you've been able to centralize your pre-K operations.
Exactly.
Talk about that and the efficiencies there, and also demand and how that's really continues to increase.
Well, when I look back 8 years ago, we were serving less than 70 students. So over the course of the years, we started adding classes to our existing elementaries. We have 3, adding community-based classes, trying to keep those prices reasonable. In May of 2019, we were serving 166 students. When we opened our doors this fall, we're serving over 300.
Wow, big numbers. Sarah, Schmidt Associates did the work here. It's got to be a challenge or an interesting task to take an big old grocery store and turn it into a really an educational environment.
It was so much fun, but it was challenging. It's not something we do every day. The key with a big building like that is to bring down the scale to make it appropriate for the littlest students to feel comfortable. And so things like little tiny kid-sized doors make a big difference in how the building feels to the littlest of students.
Yeah. You talk about maybe some of the other features. I know the Golden Bear, you had that theme running through, I think, some of the other features.
We did. So we did things, took like traditional ballards that keep cars from hitting the building and turned them into bear-shaped ballards. They're the Golden Bears after all, so we got to start them in the Shelbyville school system with that school spirit. But also you could take advantage of some of the things like the high spaces. Your Marsh ceilings were really high, to do things like put in interior playground space, which is really important in Indiana, and we almost never get to do that in schools. And because it was an old existing big box building, we could implement that here.
And this is a challenge faced by lots of communities around the state, not just old Marsh stores, but big box stores that are vacant, sitting idle, and really become eyesores.
It is absolutely a replicable model. Those Marsh stores were located on highly traveled roads. They have good parking, they have good bones, and letting them become anchor institutions again and really community assets is just a huge opportunity. Yeah,
Mary, Sarah said an anchor institution. You view this really as a community asset.
I do. We partnered with Shelby County, and there's a gym, Senses, that is open to the public on Tuesdays and on the weekends. Our students are available to use it during the week, and so it really truly is a community partnership. They moved from a very small space into we probably tripled their space for children ages 6 and under to come and enjoy.
All right, very innovative use of space in Shelbyville, Shelby County. The Golden Bear Preschool, taking an old big box store and turning it into a great educational environment. Mary Harper, also Sarah Hempstead, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. And a reminder, all of our Eye on Education segments can be found at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. And if you have a story idea or a suggestion, please send it to lead producer Tara Twig at ttwig@growindiana.net.